Hello and welcome to the first in this series of videos, a beginner's guide to slide guitar. I am making the assumption that you are not new to guitar, but you are rather looking to branch out and try something new. Throughout the series I will cover guitar setup, how not to sound awful, basic exercises and of course some licks to get you going as well. First of all, however, it is important to identify the type of slide that you may wish to play with. So I'm going to run through a few side-by-side tests on 3 different guitars. We will compare this small selection of slides on a resonator, a steel string acoustic, and also an electric guitar too, because you may want more than one slide for each usage. So let's compare the slides. First up, we have a reasonably chunky but not too heavy ceramic slide. It's a full finger length slide and it's quite dense. Next we have the blues bottle. It's a medium thin glass slide which sucks onto your finger because of the top on it, making it feel a little bit more secure for my liking. This one is, I believe, a thin brass slide and it feels a good weight and thickness. This is a thinner glass slide than the blues bottle and is half finger length. This last slide is a heavy, medium thickness steel slide. Again, half finger length. I find this one not to be for me. It's heavy and it is too big. And this happens. All the time. There is no hard and fast rule as to which slide is better than another. I play with the slide on my ring finger and prefer a full length because I tend to let it rest on my first joint. I find the length gives me access to the lower strings and the weight balance helps with my vibrato. There are finger sizing charts on most slide dealers' websites. The Dunlop one is pretty comprehensive, but I would say always go a size up for comfort. The guitars I'll use for this comparison are as follows. My Beltona Resonator, made by a guy in England. It's the best resonator I've ever come across. It's made of bell brass and it's pretty heavy, but it rings beautifully. I'm not going to add any reverb to the demonstration, but you will hear it's got a natural reverb all of its own. This is my trusty old Martin Trebolo 16. It's done around, I would say, 650 to 700 gigs with me over the years, and I love it. And last of all, this is some bodged together Telecaster from various different bits with a humbucker in the bridge. She is a bit crackly and I only noticed that today, so apologies for the crackles in the demonstration. The telly will be going through an Origin Effects slide rig, which I feel is essential for a slide player, just makes so much difference. And it will have these settings. Then through a Holy Grail reverb pedal, and then through the Marshall Origin 50 with these settings. Right, let's get started then. First up, I'm going to do the resonator, and we're going to go through the slides one by one. Going to just play through a major scale on the top string, so it should give you an idea of how the different slides sound and sustain. Next up, the Martin. You'll notice that this sounds a lot drier than the Resonator because of the lack of the inbuilt natural reverb, so you may actually get a better comparison than you do on the Resonator. And finally, the Telecaster. Now, the compressor is going to make a bit of a difference here, as we're going to lose a little bit of the front end attack. So you're going to lose a little bit of the slide noise, and there will be more sustain in general. This one, I think, is a little bit more about comfort. So there we have it. I've tried to make it as fair as possible by not changing or tweaking anything. But the main thing is it's all personal preference. I would suggest going to a guitar shop and trying out a few slides. It is harder at the moment due to COVID, people handling things and then putting them back, etc. But hopefully this has given you a bit of an idea. Please do like, subscribe, comment and share. Makes an awful lot of difference and is thoroughly appreciated. I will see you next time in the next in the series, and I'm going to cover how to set up your guitar for playing slide. Take care, goodbye!